He didn't recognize me. 7 years. 7 long years. Yet there he was, standing under the golden light of the GALA chandelier, laughing that same shallow laugh his family always adored. The same laugh that once silenced me at their dinner table. I watched him from across the room, his tux crisp, his arrogance sharper than ever. He looked like success, but tonight he was standing on the edge of his own ruin, and I was the one who placed him there. When our eyes met, his smile faltered. Just for a second, I could see the flicker, the faint, unsettled curiosity in his gaze. He didn't know me. Not anymore. So I smiled. The kind of smile that once used to tremble under his mother's judgment, now perfectly still, perfectly deliberate. And I handed him the contract. "Pleasure doing business with you," I said. He took it without understanding the weight of it, the irony, the history sealed inside those pages. It took him a few moments before he turned pale. His father's company logo, their family legacy, printed under my name, my signature, my empire, and silence followed. I still remember the day I realized I'd married beneath my worth. Not financially, emotionally. He was charming at first, the kind of man who knew how to make women feel chosen. His family wasn't subtle about what they thought of me. "She's from a modest background," his mother would say, swirling her wine. Pretty but not refined. I laughed it off in those days. I thought love was proof enough. I thought being good would be enough. But love, I learned, has an expiration date in houses where power is the only currency. The cracks started small, missed dinners, silent phone calls, that half-second pause before he introduced me to his colleagues. "This is my wife," no name. No pride. Then came the whispers, his cousin's smirk when she mentioned his late nights. The lipstick I didn't own. The scent I didn't wear. When I confronted him, he didn't deny it. He didn't even flinch. He just said, "You knew this wasn't going to last forever." That sentence broke something in me. Not my heart, but my restraint. I left quietly. No theatrics, no tears. I signed the divorce papers and walked away with nothing but my name. They thought they'd erased me. They didn't realize I'd just gone invisible. And invisibility has power, if you learn how to use it. I started small. Freelance marketing, consulting. Then contracts. Then acquisitions. My company, Vera Dynamics, grew from a home office and a single client into an empire of mergers and precision deals. Every move calculated. Every failure fuel. I learned to play their game, and I learned to play it better. I watched from the sidelines as their family business, Hale Industries, began to crumble under their own pride. Bad decisions, inflated egos, poor investments. They were desperate for rescue. And desperation, I've learned, makes people careless. That's when I made my move. Through subsidiaries, proxies, and layers of shell companies, I began acquiring their debt, quietly, patiently. And one morning, while they were busy pretending their world hadn't collapsed, my legal team finished the transfer. I didn't just own their business. I owned their legacy. When they invited Vera Dynamics to discuss potential collaboration, I accepted. Of course, they had no idea who I was. The rebranding, the surname change, the quiet years, I'd made sure of it. The ballroom glittered with old money and fading relevance. His mother was still wearing pearls she couldn't afford. His father still smiled too wide. And him, my ex-husband, was still the boy who mistook cruelty for strength. When I approached, he extended his hand automatically, charm in place. "You must be Miss Veronique." I took his hand. His pulse jumped at my touch. Recognition teased the edge of his memory, but not enough. "Congratulations," he said, glancing at the folder my assistant carried. "We're honored to be partnering with your firm." I let him talk. Empty words. Then, when everyone was watching, I handed him the folder. "Not partnering, Mr. Hale." "Acquiring?" He blanked. "I'm sorry. Your company, your father's legacy. Effective today, it's mine." His hand trembled as he opened the file. The silence that followed was exquisite, the kind that slices through music and conversation alike. His father stood frozen. His mother's smile cracked, and he finally looked at me. Really looked. Evelyn, he whispered. I tilted my head. I thought you said I wasn't going to last forever. He tried to speak, but I'd already turned away. Power doesn't need explanation. It doesn't scream or gloat. It simply is. As I walked out, I caught our reflection in the glass wall, him behind me, face pale, mouth open, eyes wide. The man who once told me I was unworthy now stood in the ruins of everything his family ever built. I didn't look back. I didn't need to, because revenge, I've learned, isn't about destruction. It's about balance.